Shotgun shell reloaders. Hope everyone out there is doing well. So this is video 2, and it's all about version 2 of these wad cutters that I'm making. If you saw the first video, I have made a tool that allows you to quickly cut your own felt or cork wads at home that are caliber specific. So there are two kinds of custom shotgun shell ammunition loads out there. There are ones that require you to adjust the height of the shot column, and there's the ones that don't. If you're like me, you love working up a new steel or tungsten waterfowl load or buckshot load, and you're eventually going to need some kind of spacer to adjust the shot column height before you fold crimp or you roll crimp. So of course you can buy these, right? That's if you can find them in stock. Ballistic Products, Precision carry them, but they're often out of stock when you need them, especially around hunting season when everyone else is looking for them. And they are admittedly expensive for what they are. You know, it's just a specific diameter disc made out of some pretty cheap material that you use once and it goes down range, and you know you have to buy another one. But you guys all know this. You know, we're really left with one main option out there for doing this at home yourself. You guys have probably seen these kind of circle punch cutters. You know, they require you to swing the hammer and swing the hammer a lot. I did this for a long time. You know, there's nothing wrong with these. You know, if you're like me, you like tinkering with things and finding a better way to do it. You know, and I came up with the wad cutters for you guys. So, you know, I did this for a long time, and you know, you're chasing these all over the floor when they pop out. You're swinging the hammer a lot, you know, sometimes 2-3 whacks at a time to make sure you get a good cut through. And not to mention you're relying on a lot of like shear force with these, straight down pushing through the material with a sharp edge, rather than using kind of lateral motion with the sharp edge like you would a knife trying to cut through, you know, food. Using that sharp edge in conjunction with some lateral motion on whatever you're trying to cut through. But these come in, you know, common sizes, let's say, you know, nearest eighth of an inch or, you know, whole millimeter, 16, 17, 18 millimeters. The cutters that I'm making are to produce a true caliber specific diameter and what you would expect to get if you were buying these wads yourself. My cutters are auto-ejecting. The cut wad, you know, kind of stays in place from where it was cut, pushed back in by this plunger after you cut it, so it doesn't, you know, run all over the place. You're not chasing them all over. My cutters will chuck up in a hand drill, like you see, DeWalt, you know, typical DeWalt battery-powered hand drill. It'll also chuck up in a drill press as well. Personally, I like the hand drill, battery-powered hand drill. You're moving the tool as opposed to, you know, the drill press. You're moving the material around. Just a preference thing. They work fine either way. My cutters are made out of 304 stainless steel. Admittedly, a tough material to work with and machine, but it's a hard material, holds an edge very well for what we're doing. You know, the version 1 cutters being made out of brass, which is kind of a proof of concept. Still had a bunch of interest in those, but the 304 stainless has really taken these to the, you know, the next level. If you're going to be cutting these on a drill press, I would recommend, you know, cutting on some end grain of like a softwood, like a pine board or something. Maybe a pine 4x4. I had a person tell me that they clamped the end grain of a pine 4x4 in the drill press, you know, on the drill press table, so that the cutter was coming down in the same spot every time, and it kind of wore a hole into the end grain of the wood. And it actually helped with the cutting process, where the material would glide over the top of that hole, if that makes sense, and the cutter could pass all the way through the material and down into that kind of new formed recess on the drill press. But I'm more of the hand drill method. I'm cutting on a HDPE cutting board as my backstop, and that's going very well. I'm maybe 100 wads before I stop to quickly touch up the edge and make sure it's still sharp. Just get a better product every time if you stop every once in a while to sharpen it. And the sharpening process is very simple. I think this is like some 400 grit sandpaper, but this is a rotary tool. It's meant to spin, so we're going to utilize that to sharpen as well. So we're just going to loop that sandpaper right over the the cutting tool, and we're just going to run it in the drill press, or same thing in the drill press. But pay attention to the edge there, and that is a kind of a scary sharp edge, to be honest with you. I don't know if you can see the filings from the nail on the end there, but 5 seconds, you're back to cutting wads. This is a cutting tool, so just be careful when you guys are using it. Another good way to sharpen is put that sandpaper down on a flat surface, run the tool over the sandpaper back and forth on an angle, paying attention to the the end there, the edge, cutting edge. This will cut very specific holes in whatever it touches. So, unless you need a skin wad, keep it away from yourself, guys. You guys know what you're doing. But so that's pretty much it, guys. Want to keep this kind of quick. Us as reloaders, we're pretty independent in that we want to do a lot of this stuff ourselves, or we have a need for something that's truly customized and not commercially available. These cutters can allow you to help allow you to produce something, another ingredient, in your recipe, kind of independently and on your own. You're not having to wait for out of stock items to be replenished, or compromise for a different diameter than something you would really rather have. So, let me know if there are any questions. Current offerings are in 12 gauge, 16, 20, 28, and 410. But if you're looking for something else, let me know. If I get the black powder 6-shooter guys out there looking for a customized waxed felt wad cutter, and there's enough interest, let me know. I'll look into it. Prices vary slightly with the 5 that are there, just due to raw material costs being a little bit different. But the most expensive one is $35, guys. You're paying $20, $30 for a good set of punches, and most of them are unusable for what we are in our gauged measurement world here. But if you're interested, find me on some of the Facebook groups, Buck Slug Reloaders, Steel, Non-Toxic Shot Shell Reloading. Shoot me an email, wilsonswadcutters@gmail.com. Simply drop a comment and I'll get back to you one way or another. But thanks for stopping by, guys. Stay safe.